Did somebody order a package? Because I'm here to deliver. Today on Family Dinner.
Here's a meal that you can cook today that'll make you say this one's a winner on Family Dinner.
Take a seat, get comfortable. If you're new here, I'm your host, Taylor Rankin. And first of all, what do you think of the new jingle, the theme song? I love it. Do you love it? I hope you love it. I keep singing it. If you don't love it, keep it to yourself, because it's gonna hurt my feelings. Actually, no. Yes, keep it to yourself. Anyways, today for Family Dinner, we are making some oven-baked chicken cutlets with a crispy rice and creamy bok choy salad atop. We're gonna try to get these oven cutlets nice and crispy and make it in under 40 minutes, hopefully 30. But either way, this should be a really quick and easy and delicious meal for you to make for a family dinner. And as you know, this is a part of my meal plans that I post on my Substack, Relaxed Dinners Covered. I let you guys vote in my Instagram channel which recipe you want me to make a YouTube video out of, and this was the winner. If you want to vote for the next one, join my Instagram channel at @HungryMockingbird on Instagram. And I have to say, I did not think this recipe would win, but I am excited to be here making this. So let's get to it. This is going to be packed with umami, salty, savory goodness. It's going to be nice and light on our bellies, but still also nice and satiating. Wait, I cannot forget, I did not go through this week's menu with you. So let's go through it now. We have these crispy baked chicken cutlets with a crispy rice and bok choy salad, skirt steak with a hot veggie pasta salad with corn, zucchini, blistered tomatoes, and spinach, teriyaki salmon bites with udon stir fry, chicken parm sandwiches with a side Caesar, and one that I really thought was going to win was my coconut curry ramen with grilled sesame pork loin medallions, edamame, bok choy, corn, lime, and crispy onions. Nonetheless, again, excited to be here, and let's get cooking. So I already made my jasmine rice. It's 2 cups of jasmine rice cooked. I took 1 cup uncooked, 2 cups of water, put it in here, bring it to a boil, turn the heat off, parchment, lid. You put the parchment so that it seals in all the moisture, and I just let it sit for at least 15 minutes or until it's ready. Let's do a review. Woo, isn't she beautiful? Now, we wouldn't be making rice if we didn't do a taste test. It's mandatory to do a taste test when you make rice, even if it's unseasoned like this one is. And yes, I just double dipped. I don't have cooties. Are you scared? All right, let's get serious. It's time to get our rice crispy. I'm gonna take our rice, grab a bowl. I already have the oven preheated to 450 degrees. Bowl, ooh, shiny. Let's get our rice into the bowl. I also have a cup of frozen edamame. You want it to be frozen so that it cooks slower than the rice. Sesame oil. Gochujang, which is a fermented red chili paste. You can also just use red chili flakes or chili crisp. And lastly, some soy sauce. This is my favorite soy sauce right now, the Momofuku. I love everything Momofuku, honestly. Give it a mix till it's well combined. Don't spill it like me. You want to make sure that chili paste is nice and combined. Ooh, and this is going to give our salad the most beautiful color as well. Here we go. It's sheet tray time. I'm going to take this beautiful rice in my edamame, put it on the sheet tray. Now, when choosing a sheet tray to put your rice and edamame on, make sure you choose a sheet tray that's big enough for you to spread out the rice and edamame so it can lay in a thin layer and get crispy. Get these little babies out. You want it to be nice and thin. This is gonna help reduce that cooking time and get our rice evenly cooked and those edamame pods evenly cooked. Pods. They're not in the pod. Sidebar. All right, our rice is nice and flat. I'm gonna pop this in the oven and get started on our chicken. Now, since this is a part of my meal plan series, I'm always looking for ways to reduce waste with the grocery list that I'm giving you. So on this week's meal plan, we have croutons for a salad, and we have 2 things two things that need to be breaded. I don't know what just happened there, but it was like my brain just buffered. I don't understand. But anyways, I had the idea of turning some of the croutons into breadcrumbs for this chicken and then the chicken parm sandwiches. So we're going to pulverize these into breadcrumbs, and all it took for us to make 2 breaded chicken recipes and a side salad with croutons was a single bag of croutons. Now I'm using flavored croutons for this. I'm using garlic and onion. If you're using plain croutons, which I don't even know if anyone sells those, but if you happen to be the only person in the world who wants plain croutons to be their breading, just add a little bit more salt and pepper to the breadcrumbs after you pulverize them, the croutons after you pulverize them into breadcrumbs. Like, oh my gosh, how many chips did a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? Like, it should not be that big of a tongue twister for me, huh? Anyways, let's grab the food processor and get these pulverized. This one is my favorite little baby. She has been with me for a good minute. I've had her since college. It's crazy because I got this when I was in college, obviously, just said that. But then I started seeing all these creators post that they had this too. And I was like, I can't have anything. I know I shouldn't think like that, but sometimes I just get a little possessive. Let me plug this in. She's a little short, so we're gonna have to go to the back. Come with me. Time to pulverize. Uh-oh. Men down, men down. I have it on the puree setting, and we're just gonna now look at that. The perfect breadcrumbs for our chicken cutlets. She's beautiful, but not as beautiful as you. Now that we have our breadcrumbs, let's make our dry mixture. Into a bowl, I'm adding these breadcrumbs, all-purpose flour, Parmesan, garlic powder, and Italian seasoning. Now give it a stir until it is well combined, and we're gonna move on to our chicken. Oh, this smells delightful. All right, we're at the halfway point of the rice being done. I'm going to take it out, show you what it looks like, and stir it. She is nice and piping hot. We want her to get crispy, but evenly, so she's due for a good stir. Wow. Oh, this smells delightful. Now, ideally, you would want this to be going into the oven at the same time as the chicken, but it's okay if not, because it does need to sit and set after it's done cooking. So you have time to get your chicken done. Flatten her back out. Gorgeous. Okay, let's get her back in the oven. Now back to the chicken. I have a wet paper towel. I'm using my plastic cutting board. I know we're not supposed to use plastic cutting boards, but I'm not putting raw chicken on my wood cutting board right now. And my other cutting boards are missing in action. So wet paper towel on the counter, cutting board on top. It keeps it from sliding. Now I have 4 beautiful chicken breasts that we are going to be turning into 8 beautiful cutlets. So the best way I can describe how to make a chicken cutlet is to butterfly it, which means if you have chicken right here, you want to cut it down the side in the middle as straight as you can. The hard part is cutting it straight as you can, but I'm going to try to give you a tip that I tell myself while I'm doing it to make it as straight as possible. I say that, but then watch it not be straight. Anyways, we're going to butterfly the chicken, so we're going to split it into 2, and then we're going to cut right down that line to turn it into 2. Yeah. Basically, we're turning 4 chicken breasts into 8 and trying to make them as thin and even as possible, but prioritize evenness over thinness because we can always pound them out, which we most likely will do. Anyways, I'm doing too much talking. Let me just show you. All right, I'm gonna put on the glove and we are going to get cracking. Board, not slice, knife, chicken breast. I like to cut off these little super fatty parts. Now, you see how this part of the chicken, this side of the chicken is a lot thinner than this side? Like this side just has like a lot more meat, like it goes on a slope, right? You you always want to start cutting from that thick side. All right, let me stop flipping it so maybe it's less confusing. What I like to do is have it on the back side. So this like meaty part, this is the back side. This is the top of the breast. I like to have it breast up, right? Thick part out, and then you're gonna go in and slide. So kind of put it where your hand fits on top of it. So your palm is the thickest part of your hand. This is the thickest part of your chicken. Your fingers taper, the chicken tapers. You see how it's a perfect fit like that? Do that, be careful. Make sure your fingers don't lean over where you're cutting. They're on top, not leaning, they're on top. Cool? Now, I like to start at the bottom because I feel like that's where a lot of people mess up the evenness. Some people start up here, but this is where I just think it gets really messed up. So you want to make the thin part your starting guide. Does that make sense? So now I'm gonna go in through that tail and start slicing. My favorite tip is you think you're going straight, but 9 times out of 10, your knife is really angled down. So it's gonna go down towards the cutting board. Don't know why that seems to be the psychology behind it, but slightly like make it feel like you're turning your knife upwards, because 9 times out of 10, you're actually not turning it upwards, you're making it straight. So hopefully that makes sense. So I am kind of forcing mine to go up. You wanna keep going, keep going, keep going, right? And then when you get here, you can kind of see what you're working with. See, and then you can see if you need to start going up to prevent any big gaping holes, right? Now remember, it doesn't have to be perfect. You just want to get them as uniform as possible. See, okay. Now this is what you call butterfly chicken. So you have butterflied it. You see, it's flapping its wings. Now to make the cutlets, just go right down the middle. Right down the middle. And now you have 2 thin pieces of chicken breast. Beautiful. I'm gonna cut this little nugget off. This will be our taster. It's like a turkey gobble. Is that what they're called? So, do you feel like a chicken cutlet expert yet? Do you want me to do it again? Okay, I'll do it again. In between doing it again though, I'm gonna take a piece of parchment, place it over top of my chicken cutlets. I'm gonna get out my Nona bat, which if you're new here, that is my rolling pin. And we're gonna pound these out and toss them in the bowl. Let's get it going. How I like to operate, like I'm sure a lot of people like to operate, is 1 clean hand, 1 contaminated hand. I like to be one-handed. Don't know why I just said that I like to be one-handed. I don't like to be, but when I'm cooking, I like to at least have 1 hand. All right, chicken reveal. I have a bowl. Add the chicken into the bowl. All right, I'll do it one more time and then you'll be a chicken cutlet pro for sure. Pinky promise. I don't know where I'm going. Okay, chicken, thick to thin, right? Hand on top, start at the thin part. When you think you're going straight, just tilt it slightly up, okay? So go in. I feel like I'm going straight, but I'm gonna tilt it up anyway, just because I feel like I should. All right, now we have our beautiful butterfly. See, I was going down, look at that. Even chefs make mistakes, but that's okay because we're gonna pound these babies out. It's not even gonna matter. Boom, 2 chickens. Parchment over top, Nona bat. Get that anger out. All right, reveal. Now into the bowl, they go. See, we'll make it work. All right, now I'm just gonna do this one because I need to redeem myself. Palm on, go in. If you think you're going straight, just tilt it the slightest bit up. Now, if this one isn't good, I quit. She's beautiful. All right. Butterfly, 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 fly, butterfly, butterfly. Is this what happens when you go without like human contact? Because I'm literally always by myself. And I feel like when it comes time to speak again, I'm really bad at it because I don't have to do it on like a normal basis. Like I talk to people quite often, but like not as often as I should, I feel like, or it's not as often as like most people maybe do. Like I just talk to people for work. And even then a lot of it is like email and text. So I need to get out there, get into the world, explore. I can literally feel it through the floor. I really hope my neighbors don't hate me. Whew, what a roller coaster. Almost have to quit my job there. Anyways, hopefully you are now a chicken cutlet pro and are creating the most perfect chicken cutlets. Now we have 8 pieces of a chicken. I recently saw a girl on TikTok actually talk about how someone said to slice it like you're making fajitas or something and then pound it out and it makes like these nice chicken cutlet tender almost like things. I'm very intrigued by that. So I might have to try that. I was gonna try that for this, but I decided against it because the vibe just wasn't right. I don't know. Let's go ahead and get our station sanitized and move on to breading. Our crispy rice should also be done. Let's get that out and see what it's looking like. She's beauty, she's grace, and beautifully crispy. All right, let's get her to the side and focus on the rest of our chicken. The hard part is over. Let's hurry up and get this done so we can eat. Into the bowl, 2 eggs. A little bit of water. This helps emulsify the eggs. And then just a little bit of salt and pepper. Just add this into your liking. Glove your hand up and mix it together. As I get older, I will never understand why we were taught to do the eggs separate in a dish and then, you know, dip it in, back, whatever. I understand when you do flour, panko, because you do egg, flour, egg, panko, but it just feels so much more efficient to mix the flour with the panko and then mix the eggs with the chicken, does it not? It's like a nice marinade in one. You're not really wasting any eggs. You don't get that crazy stringy mucus that's all over your counter because, you know, you're dipping it in a million different places. I don't know, but as I've gotten older, I just don't really understand it. So I do it this way. But anyways, let me get off my soapbox and moving on. We have our chicken marinating, our panko bowl, and our sheet tray on standby. Let's get these bad boys in the oven. Now with your free hand, you're gonna open up a bottle of olive oil and drizzle that sheet tray. Now you have your bowl of panko, your chicken. I like to pull a piece of chicken from the bottom because it's got all that nice goodness that has sunk to the bottom because gravity. Take your chicken, press it into that breadcrumb, coat it nicely. Well, it smells so good. And then just put it in that olive oil and drag it to its place. Let's do that again. Try to pull from the bottom because gravity in the panko solution. Oh my gosh, this smells absolutely heavenly. I wish you could smell it through the screen. You know, for some reason, I just had the weirdest deja vu moment. So I started cooking videos when I was in college. I've been out of college for a minute now. But when I did, I only had a communal kitchen in my dorm. So it was one kitchen per floor and I was an RA. So I like built this set and in the kitchen, in the communal kitchen, and I tried to go in times that I knew people weren't gonna be there. I mean, let's face it, not a lot of college students were really cooking. Like for real, I was really in there by myself most of the time. The funny part is it would be kitchen. So imagine you're looking at me through a window that is in a laundry room. So it was laundry room, huge window, to kitchen. So people would go in and watch their laundry, and I'd be sitting here trying to talk to my camera, and they'd just be standing behind my camera staring at me through the glass. All right, here we go. We have 2 more pieces of a chicken. Now let's see if we have the perfect amount of panko. Now, obviously, the perfect amount will depend on how many pounds of chicken you're using, but 4 breasts is typically 4 breasts by the industry standard, so it shouldn't be too off. Let's see how much we have left. Look at that. Not a whole lot. I still have to do my little nugget. That's the taste test. I love when there's like little stray pieces of chicken, because then you can make like a little taste tester. The best. We have our beautiful chickens arranged on the sheet tray. We're gonna drizzle them with a little bit of oil, pop them in the oven. And when I say drizzle, I mean you really want to get that olive oil nice and drizzled on each breast. Usually I'll use a spray that I put my olive oil into, but I broke it, so let's get these in the oven. Let's get our creamy dressing done while the chicken cooks, because we're gonna have to flip it halfway, and I want the dressing to be done before the chicken is done to flip, so I can have time to sit and pasta and marinate. Anyways, does that make sense? It should. Anyways, we are making a creamy, savory, lemony dressing. I have some mayo, a lemon, Worcestershire sauce, soy sauce, and some Dijon mustard. If you're grossed out by mayo, you need to be grossed out by Caesar dressing too, because guess what? They're sisters. They're almost twins. One's just a little bit less refined. I don't know. Caesar dressing has the best PR and mayo has the worst PR. Don't know where that came from, but they're literally very similar. I mean, I would choose Caesar over mayo, but the basis is that they're similar. Let's add our mayo into a bowl. Our Worcestershire soy sauce, Dijon mustard, and half a lemon. And yes, the lemon goes in like this, butt side up. I still haven't forgave that lemon for how it's squirted me in the eye. Okay, and then we're gonna add in a little pinch of black pepper. Stir up. I can feel the chicken about to be done. Oh, this is beautiful. The chicken smells so good, guys. I am so excited for this. I hope you are too. Let's give it a taste. That's really good. I'm gonna add the slightest pinch of salt. Just make sure you season to your taste. I want it to just be a little bit salty. I like my dressings to be like a little bit over salted, because when you add them to raw ingredients, it's really gonna matter. When you add, you know, like a lot of raw ingredients are really bitter, and that saltiness really helps kind of make it more enjoyable, at least for me. I don't know how it is for you, but this dressing is just absolutely gorgeous. Wow, unbelievable. That is delicious. All right, that's done. Let's check on our chicken before chopping up our veggies. Our chicken is ready to flip, and it looks gorgeous, smells even better. Wow. Oh my gosh. Come on. You can't smell what I smell, but if you could smell what I smell, you would have that same reaction. Now let's flip our little chickadees. Oh, beautiful. You see that beauty? I mean, look at the material, guys. Gorgeous. Back into the oven they go. It's the final stretch. Moving on to the last bit, our salad. We have baby bok choy, some basil leaves, green onions, fried onions, and then our crispy rice and edamame. I'm going to clean the baby bok choy. I'm gonna just take each little piece off of the root. It's like really dirty right there. Just want to take it off. Some people don't really do this part. Some people soak the whole thing. I need to make sure that there are no bugs in the food that I'm eating. I know you guys are like, that's impossible to know, whatever. I'm gonna make sure. I'm gonna inspect every little piece. If you don't care, you can just wash this whole thing like you would a giant Brussels sprout or a giant cabbage. But like, I'm seeing little critters, something, and that's not happening. That's not being ingested by me. So rip everything as close to the root as you can. Looks like a little artichoke. See you later, artichoke. Now I'm gonna take these, wash them really, really good, and then lay them out on a paper towel lined plate. BRB, transition time. You really thought I was gonna pop back up? Never let them know your next move. Anyways, bok choy is washed. Let's get to chopping. Have a bowl on standby. In this case, I'm using a bowl plate because why not? Bok choy, here we go. Gonna turn it, pat them in, and I'm gonna start at the root. You see how I'm holding that? I want the root to be nice and fine because we want to distribute that crunch really nicely throughout. And then I'll start widening my chop as we get to the leafy parts. Beautiful. Add it to our plate. And I have 4 stalks of green onion. I like to cut off any little weird parts. You don't have to do this. This is just what I do because I'm a little odd. I'm just gonna chop, 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 chop. That's where that real pungent flavor is. And then put these in some water to help regrow them. Into the bowl plate. Now we have our basil. I'm gonna show you what is called a chiffonade, which is pretty much a rolled julienne. So stack up your basil leaves. Once they're nice and stacked up, roll them tightly inwards. As tight as you can roll it, okay? Once you got it rolled, hold it. Now chop as thinly as you possibly can. It's okay if it's not perfect. It really is just for the flavor. And make sure that your knife is sharp so that you're not bruising your basil. But you see those beautiful little ribbons? That is called a chiffonade. Say it with me, into the bowl plate. We have all of our greens chopped. Let's grab our crispy rice. Add it in there. Beautiful. Because I know you were thinking, how the heck is a piece of chicken and a bok choy salad gonna keep me full? The crispy rice. Now I'm kind of wishing that I had a bigger bowl for this. But you know what? That's okay because wishes can come true. Can you hear me? Clear, clear, clear. Check, check, check. I'm going to go ahead and transfer the salad into this. This is my favorite salad bowl. It is amazing. I have a link to it on my LTK. It's at Target. I think I got it for like 25. It's usually on sale for about 15 actually right now because I was gonna go get some more. But let's transfer it into our serving bowl because we're running out of space. Let's finish adding in more crispy rice. Gorgeous. I hope you can hear the crunches. You can hear that? Oh, absolutely delightful. Anyways, I don't know if I already mentioned it, but we're gonna hold off on the crispy onions because I don't want them to get soggy with the dressing. I don't think I can contain my excitement. It's also because I really haven't eaten all day and it's about 5 because it's time for dinner. Family dinner. Let's get this done. Let's go ahead and toss this. Our chicken has 4 minutos. So let's get our salad tossed, tasted, seasoned if need be, and plate. On goes that delicious dressing. It's beautiful. Let's toss her up. I am so excited for this. And I know you're probably like, girl, that was way too much dressing. Mind your business. How about that? Is that not the most beautiful thing you've ever seen? Come on, let's taste. See if it needs any seasoning while it's going with. Make sure you taste your food when you cook dinner, okay? That needs nada. Nada, nada, nada. I love this texture. Like, I love a good crispy rice. I know it can be a little controversial because people say it's tough to chew, but it's like eating a piece of bread with like a crispy exterior. Like if you're someone who cuts the crust off of their garlic bread, you probably won't like this. But if you're someone who loves that part where it's like part chewy bread, part crispy crust of the bread, you're gonna love this. Sounds like our chicken is done. Now do those look delicious or what? Wow. All right, let's serve up dinner. Our chicken is done. Our salad is beautiful. I'm really excited. I have these black plates also from Target. These are my favorite plates. I think they just give food such a beautiful contrast, but I'll let you be the judge of that. Let's play. Now, if you care about plating, just go ahead and pick everything up. Place it on top. Get those greens on top because you want that green to pop out. My mouth is watering. Push that in. Now, is this not absolutely gorgeous? Can't forget our fried onions right on top. Now that looks so good. Now you guessed it, it's time to take a bite. Let's get one last look-see. Honestly, what do you think? Let's chow. Well, nice and steaming hot. There's our chicken. You're gonna love this. You're gonna love it. Let's top it with that beautiful salad with those crispy onions. This is our bite. Cheers. Y'all were right to vote for this one, okay? I want a little more dressing on mine. That's why you always have to have extra dressing in your recipes. Oh, the dressing is so good. Should I start a mukbang channel? I really hope you love this. I know it's a little different. It's really not that different. But if it's different for you, that's okay. Because you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed family dinner. I hope to see you next time. And I hope your seat at the table was comfortable. I'm Taylor Rankin. Peace out. Like, subscribe if you want to see more. If you don't want to see more, good riddance. Thank you. Lots of love. However you do your hearts. Bye.